Yo, 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 what's good with it, Pack fam? It's your boy, Mr. Check My Resume, about to bring you my weekly watch list for September the 26th. So without wasting any time, we're going to get right into it. First ticker on my watch list I want to get into is Dollar General, and this is to the upside. I have a mix of upside and downside plays this week. But first off with Dollar General, looking at an inside level trigger on the week. We're looking at an inside potential break to the upside above 247.53. Also, we're looking at a rev strat on the day here above 242.03. So initially here, we're looking to get above this initial broadening formation at the 243 level, and we're looking to take this one to about 250. So about a 7-point move. Overall is kind of what I'm looking at to move this one to the upside. May slightly push above that, but it's just been getting rejected at this 250 level. And there's a month level broadening formation, and it's just been kind of, rejecting price every time we've gotten there. So there's a good bit of selling. So that's my plan, is to take that one there if it does trigger. Not really anxious, so I'll be patient on it, not one to really rush into. But we do see the potential setup on there. Dollar Tree has a similar looking setup, so I won't get into that one, but just want to call that out. And then here's another one that that kind of intrigues me. Just been kind of going sideways and choppy, and that's Twitter. Just been looking at it. It's going sideways for the last couple of weeks. Looking at an inside potential break above $42.19 on Twitter. And then we'll see what happens there. We're looking to take it potentially to this $45 range on Twitter, maybe slightly above that $45 mark. But that's what we're looking at on Twitter. Again, just been kind of choppy and sideways. So just want to keep monitoring and keep your eye on. Set your levels up for that one. Moving on. I want to get into one play. I actually just want to shout out that boy Boss Game VIP for that Sava play last week. That was fire. That thing took off like a rocket on Thursday. Had to move down on Friday and just got bought up. So we're looking at potential entry, giving us a TTO here on the 4-hour and the day for continuation. Looking at a bullish continuation on the 4-hour above $42.75. And then we're looking at the same bullish continuation setup here on the day above $44.62. And so Sava looks strong for continuation going into this week. So I'll be looking at that one as well. And if you didn't get it to it the first time, man, fire play. Next, looking into some downside setups here. First one I want to look at is Netflix. So Netflix had a pretty strong move to the upside last week. Came in contact with a weak level broadening formation and it got rejected. And so now we're setting up for a reversal to complete on the week below 221.43. So I'll be looking at that trigger level for Netflix to the downside. We are 2 down on the month, 2 down on the day. So we're in continuity. We are slightly green on the month, but we'll take the month back green at 220. We'll take the month back red at 220.72. And we're looking to take this trade down to about the 205 level, maybe $200 on Netflix. So this one looks solid to continue its move to the downside to trigger that weak reversal. Next one I want to look at to the downside here would be Lockheed Martin LMT. Looking at Lockheed Martin after the news on RTX getting a couple of those contracts last week. This one got some sympathy love and got bought up a little bit. So we're looking at this one to reverse back down to the downside after this shooter below 407.58. That would give us continuation on the day as well. Not really looking at any micro triggers, but you do have a 4-hour setup below 409.18. Currently, that 4-hour setup looks as a bullish candle. So again, we're waiting on these triggers on the macros to hit. Next one here to the downside, looking at Apple. So on Apple here, we got a Chi-Town, Chicago setting up on the week. Just a quick thought here on Apple at this price level. Buyers have been defending 150 pretty strongly. Each time that we touch this area, it's just gotten bought up. But as I've noticed, that price buying has been a little less each time that we've gotten to this level. So I think buying is kind of lowering, and we may be prepared to go ahead and break below this 150 and close below it and continue this move to the downside. If we do get below this 150 level, there's a correlating broadening formation about 148. We push through that. We're looking to get down into this 137, 140 range on Apple. Pretty strong move. Is setting up to continue to push down on the month. We've got shooters. So we do have a little bit of conflict right now, but that'll clear up pretty quick going into this week. So that's Apple. Just been really strong buying at the 150 level. They do not want to let that one go down there. So another one I want to take a look at here, just really quick, and that's Johnson & Johnson, J&J. So on J&J, we're looking at a couple of different setups here. Last week it was pretty strong on the buying. Looking at a potential Chicago here on the 4-hour for continuation, looking at a 312 above 167.33 for J&J. We'll get continuation on the day above 167.48. And we've got Chicago set up on the week as well. Looking for the inside trigger here above 167.48 on J&J. Looking to get initially above this 170 range of these daily level broadening formations. And then ultimately I see 172.50 as a weekly broadening formation level. And then ultimately 175, 176. There's a macro major level broadening formation that I think that would be pretty ambitious in itself. So I think 172 to 175 is ultimately where I'm thinking this one will go before we face another rejection on J&J. Last one I have on my list I wanted to speak on today is ABVI, ABVV. And really quick on ABVI, we had an inside week. Price has been a little bit choppy. The sector's been, topsy-turvy. You've got some stocks really moving strong, and you got some that have just been weak. Looks like here on ABVI, we got some buying present, and we close with an inside week. So we're looking at the inside week trigger above 144.46. But I also wanted to mention that we do have a couple micro triggers that may be of interest to some of you as well. So first off, on the 4-hour, we've got a 212 on the 4 above 143.20, and then on the day we've got a Chicago Chi-Town 312 above 143.42, and then we could push this one up to this yearly level broadening formation about 147 as a conservative kind of target. But then you've got 150 as another target range potentially as well. Beyond that, I'm looking at some conservative targets to the upside on these. Just the upside moves I do feel they will go up, but just trying to be conservative on the price targets I'm looking at. And with that concludes my watch list. I get with y'all later in the Discord pack. Catch y'all on Monday. Peace.